Hi everyone, this is Kay, and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome. I hope everybody had a nice evening last evening and are having a great day today. Happy Thursday, right? So this is a general reading for the collective that we're going to do. Just want to remind you too that if you want to gift somebody a private reading, the link for the website, my website, is in the description box, or you want a private reading for yourself, it's all there. So I would like to say thank you to new subscribers for subscribing. It's wonderful to have you on board with us, and thank you to loyal subscribers who are still subscribed. It's so wonderful. Thank you. And to viewers who are not subscribed, I just ask that maybe you consider, if you like what you see or hear, to subscribe. Anyway, let's get busy. Now, I'm going to ask Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, thanking them for being here and wrapping me up in their angelic wings, to protect and guide me through this reading for you, for the collective. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly. Thank you so much. Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read for Thursday, December 21st, so much closer to Christmas, 2023. For those of you who do actually celebrate Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas. I'm wishing you all the best. Okay, Archangel Michael, what do we have for past, present, and near future energies today? Got here. Here we go. Now, what we got? We got, pathway. Somebody's been on a journey, that's for sure. And it's, because it's one that you have to kind of take. And it, in the sense that you have to walk it, bicycle ride it, would skateboard it if you wanted to. But yeah, it's a type of path that's going to take you a little while to journey, but you are making it to the light. That's the whole idea of the journey, is going into the light. And the butterflies, which are spirit, are leading you there. So if you see a butterfly today, especially one that looks like that, or like a monarch, or even a yellow moth type butterfly, see that as a sign that you are on your journey into the light. And present day, high honor. Wow, that's excellent. So you're being recognized, acknowledged, awarded, bumped up in your job, in the sense that you're being appreciated and probably promoted, and it's just improvements and upgrades basically in your life, or how you're thinking about things. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. The Emperor of the Gilded Reverie deck. This is gentleman number 2. Gentleman number 1 is like the King of Cups. He's holding a rose. He's waiting for his lady that is the counterpart to her. She's excuse me, she's sitting there very relaxed in her pose with a rose too. So they're counterparts, but this one has a counterpart as well, and that would be the Empress, where she's got, she came out yesterday. She's bare-chested, meaning that they are very comfortable in their own skin and being vulnerable. Being seen as being vulnerable. Yes, they're very comfortable with that. Okay, Archangel Michael, you possibly might be thinking more highly of a situation, of a person, whether it's this one or you are that one, thinking of someone, thinking of yourself more highly. Let's just say, that's what I advocate, right? I advocate that all the time, that where it's about us learning to love ourselves, and the Emperor and the Empress do love themselves. They have figured that out. But it's a journey. It's a journey going from the old conditioning that of childhood, and then bringing that conditioning, those protective measures, the defenses that we use against people and other situations when we're feeling like we're being threatened or attacked, and emotionally, physically, even mentally, like attacked mentally, like you're not, I'm smarter than you kind of thing, I know more than you. We had developed those in childhood and maybe sophisticated them a little bit in adulthood, but the point of it is that those old conditioning beliefs and thoughts that you have that are about protecting yourself, which is fear focused, right? Fear mindset, ego mindset. You got to protect yourself, so it's kind of like you got to get what you want before someone else gets it, in whatever way that looks for you. But it's those that we're operating from, because those are in the subconscious mind. Those are what are held in the subconscious mind until they're not. And I mean by that is that once you start consciously looking into the subconscious mind to see what your fears are that you've been operating from in your relationships, even in just things that you do, maybe your work and anything, raising your kids, you're operating from those, and they really don't serve you. You might be thinking they do, but they don't really serve you if it's hurting another person and hurting you, or hurting you, hurting yourself, hurting you and another person, or just hurting another person. They're not serving you at all. You're racking up karma by continuing to operate from those old beliefs that do not serve anyone, really. So once you figured that out, you start looking at yourself all saying, well, okay, I've been full of fears all these times, with a little bit of love, peppered in there into my life, because I have a relationship. People love me, I love people. But you are largely operating from the 3D resonancy frequency, which is the lower vibration of life, because that our body is the last point of the soul's creation. You think about that. We're coming in from above as a pure, innocent soul. It goes from the source of life, which would be God, to the Holy Spirit, to the Son of God, basically, which is your soul, and then to the body, to the material world. That is how your body is the last point of the soul's creation in this 3D reality. So it's about you learning that you're not just 3D. You're 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. You're all that. You're the Son. You're the Holy Spirit, and you're the God. You're the Creator, the Master Creator, right? All rolled up in one. There's no separation there. It's all in you, and it's in your heart. And so it's about learning that. It's literally about learning that you are so worthy. It's like it's a crime to think that we're not worthy. You're so worthy, because what are you? You're God, you're the Holy Spirit, you're the Son, all rolled up into one. And that's your soul, who operates through your heart, which is unconditional love and emotion, right? So it's the path of learning that, to learn to rise above the 3D world of the lower vibration, to start implementing your life and allowing your heart to do some directing now, in balance with your mind. This is your heart and this is your mind, in balance, thinking and feeling together in very positive and balanced way. Balanced people, emotionally balanced people who are in control of their emotions, do not react badly. They respond, and responding it doesn't equate to negativity. Responding is a positive type of action, to take. Reaction is like you're doing something over and over, reacting over and over and over again. So once we start learning that life, we don't need to be afraid of life, and that nobody's out to get us, even though you might think they are, they aren't. you'll learn that they aren't. As you open up your mind to that onion, the core of the onion, that bright soul light that you have in the very core of the onion, where all these layers of beliefs about yourself that are not true, and conditioning, just all those layers of muck and mire over that are hiding your soul from being able to shine out through you into your world, so that you can become a magnet of all those wonderful high vibe things that we all want. You know, millions of dollars, being able to have fancy cars and a great big house on the hill, and or maybe on the ocean, you know, somewhere. You know, just the big things in life, big love. That includes big love. Big love is emperor and empress love. Okay, that's big love. That's unconditional. They are very, very in tuned and tapped into the divine. They allow the divine, which is your heart, allow the divine to guide them in whatever it is they want to do in their life every day. They actually consult, they check in first and see if you know, like through meditation, possibly just introspection, time in isolation for a minute or two, just to say, how does this feel? How does this feel if I want to do this? And then you're thinking of the pros and cons, in the sense that is it going to hurt anyone else in some way, or myself in some way in the long term, in the long run? If the answer is no, then like the divine is saying, go for it. So let's carry on. All right, let's clarify pathway. But that's the path. That's the journey in life, the slow one. It does take a while, yes. Okay, so like I'm in my last season of my life, I would think. But it took me, 2 seasons to get that all figured out. Yeah. So it's not a quick thing to do, but it's a must thing to do. It really is. If you want to be happy. But if you don't want to be happy, then by all means, don't follow your true north or your lucky star. You know, don't, if you don't want to be happy. Okay, but if you want to really be happy and have the type of happiness that's sustained and permanent, it's enduring, yes, we can have that kind of happiness in this lifetime, because things that can happen to us do not affect you in the same way when you're at a higher vibe. You look at the world, you have a different perspective on what the world is for, and what all these things that are happening that can be challenges are for, and therefore our growth, so that we, keep following the path and rise, enlighten, ascend. Yeah. Okay, so we got the star and we got the ring. The ring is like a contract, okay? It's a commitment to something, usually, marriage, usually to somebody. Whoever wears it values that ring very, very much. And ladies who want to be engaged to be married, they're going to get a ring, and it's going to be like, I want to show it off to the world, right? So it's very, very valued. It's highly valued. This is about guidance and healing and psychic abilities, I think. Yeah, I was just reading it the other day. You know me, I just forget. So guidance and healing. Oh, this is guidance and healing and gentle feelings. I am reassurance and inspiration, a new path for your exploration. Wish upon a star, for I bring hope and light from afar. Okay, so let me see here. I want to look at the ring, because it might be something to do with the pairing of cards here. Because, yeah, it says here we see the stars mapped out on a zodiacal compass. You see all our zodiac signs on there. Cancer, Gemini, and so forth. It says here, this is indicative of this very journey through life. The stars in the Lenormand can be interpreted as a fixed course, something that is preordained, if you're into that sort of thing. The stars indicate the need for vision and the desire for wish fulfillment. Now that's what I'm trying to think, is that in the past, is this something that you were wishing for and maybe it all went south? A commitment, a contract with somebody. Obviously a love interest. And you thought that that was your journey, that was your pathway, your destiny, whatever, that you were actually being shined upon because you were feeling so good about it, that you felt successful and being guided, and the connection would be very healing. It says here, we've all heard the saying about someone who has stars in their eyes. Yeah, you're looking at somebody with stars in your eyes, and that we should follow our own star. Well, stars in our eyes, that we should follow our own star, not just be making hasty decisions thinking someone else is our star. Right. Therefore, it is a card of optimism and ambition. The stars card is the card that portends, which means it's likely going to happen, success and much promise, and thanking one's lucky stars. Okay, so this could portend success and much promise, thanking one's lucky stars, that you're going to be able to make a commitment, or happy that you did make a commitment. But we shall see, because what are we talking about when we're doing tarot? So we shall see. All right, I want to look at 25, which is this book. 25, the ring, to see if there's a combination. A precious item is what I am to bind in marriage and commitment. I bring harmony and unions, as long as negative cards are afar. Okay, well, I don't see a negative card at all here just yet. I am the contract and the promise in partnerships and ventures. I am the symbol for completion and the form of an eternal devotion. An eternal devotion. The ruby is a guarantee of economic stability. In some cultures, it was buried in the foundations of buildings to assure good fortune. Wow. The ring is a symbol of commitment and can speak of a contract being drawn up between two people or business partners. The ring is an object of value to those who wear it. Yeah, so it's just the negative card thing, and there isn't any negative cards anywhere near it. All right, so either this could be not very recent past. It could be a distant past, like a very distant past, maybe a few years or more years. But it's not going to be like a few months or a year or two. It's going to be something that, if this is positive, it's going to be something from a long time ago. And because I would say that the pathway, when you were on a path, you met somebody that you could have committed to, or you did commit to, and that, if they were like, you're on the destined path, you were feeling guided to be with that one. Okay, let's continue, because that's about as far as I can go with that. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, high honor, please, in present day. I love watching my cat play. Don't you all? If you have that? Yeah. News. Woo. So, wow. Bad health. Incoming news. Well, look at this. I'm going to take this one because, it's the Holy Spirit. Hey, Diesel. Yeah, high honor and fast incoming news, which would be positive news. High honor. Okay. So I want to see how high honor is being clarified by bad health. That's kind of a conundrum there for me. 31. Bad health. Pictured here is a patient in a bare bones public ward on a hard iron bed with a thin blanket while a nurse checks his chart. Literally, it means poor health, a cold, a minor illness, a sprain. With card 36, distantness, that's not there. It could be more serious. It's not there. A checkup could be in order. The illness could put you in bed. From this sense, it could mean rest, breaks, and naps. Above would be what's going on with the upper body. Well, it's not above anything. Below, what's going on with the lower body. High honor with the lower body. I don't need to tell you what I'm thinking. Okay. And the same for right or left. In general, things are not going as you hoped for the moment. So in the right, if it's left to this, it's left. This is left to this card. So below would be left. And it says what's going on the lower body. Oh, but there's some good news. All right, so this is left and below. Left from this and below from that, right? And it says here, if it's below, what's going on with the, okay, it says above would be what's going on with the upper body. Below is what's going on with the lower body. Okay? Lower body has some kind of high honor. And the same for the right and the left. So the right would be the above, but the left, because this card is to the left of that, it means that something's going on with the lower body. Yeah. Okay, anyways, the card indicates sickness, depression, addiction, or problems. Problems. This card indicates, yeah. With card 14, which we don't have out here, okay, well, let's see here. It is time, it's saying it is time to rest and recover now. You should retire to do nothing. Bad health can indicate a patient's room, bed rest, or medical treatment. In love matters, it can indicate problems in the relationship, accompanied by feelings of powerlessness. With the professional level, which I won't even bother, but then there's occupation here. At a professional level, it describes a temporary break in the form of illness and inability to act. So it's just a delay, really, is what it's saying. But it's also like, it also talks about relationship. It says love matters. That love matters. It says, what did it say in love? It can indicate problems in the relationship, right? Accompanied by feelings of powerlessness. So there's a problem in a relationship. Is it a relationship with you? Yourself, your soul self? Or it's a relationship with somebody you're with? A long-term partner or spouse? But there's good news. And it could be good news about something you can do, for employment, in the sense that it could be a hobby, or they call it, what do they call it, a side hustle, right? If you got a full-time job, you might be good news coming in about a side hustle that will help turn the difficulties, the challenges of in the relationship, the connection that you have or want to have or had at one time, to be more positive, to be more you're just kind of moving up. Did I read that card? 25? Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah. No, I don't have Alzheimer's. But let me tell you, I just get so focused. Let's see, high honor. This is the most enabling, right here, this one, and positive card. Here we see the cannons, cannonades, as the significator receives a 21 gun salute. Literally, it means trophies, medals, honors, success, promotion, a raise, acing an exam, or graduating with honors. The significator is on his way up, socially and professionally. More abstractly, it also represents anything high or tall. Yeah, okay. High or tall. With courthouse, yeah, we don't have that. Let's see here. Child card, we don't have that. Thief, we don't have that. False person, we don't have. Yeah, okay, so let's move on. When close to the significator, which is that dude right there, okay? This card indicates achievement, career advancement, recognition, and promotion. It's virtually always business related. It has an element of work that requires knowledge as opposed to manual labor. 34, here it is. With card 34, it means self-employment. Wow. Okay, it said that when this card is far from the significator, what's shown by the surrounding cards will surely come to pass. It's not far. So your ambition, skills, and knowledge are recognized now. This card announces success, for example, in the form of a job acceptance or a promotion. In a relationship, high honor can imply an invitation or even a declaration of love. As the card signifies solving problems, it can also demonstrate the resolution of all difficulties. You are deserving of your awards. And it goes on to say this could be graduating from school or training or receiving the recognition of your peers. From academic degrees, certificates, awards, medals, just gratitude from customers receiving your latest deck of cards. Enjoy your moment. Yeah, so there is high honor. So you may have, like, this is self-employment, okay? You may have been bumped up to the point where you may not be strictly a self-employed person, but someone who's been given a lot of rope, not to hang yourself, but a lot of, well, you got leeway, a lot of, you know, autonomy, where you can go and do what you need to do. Let us say you're a consultant or whatever for a company, corporation or a company, and you know you're traveling, you're out on your own. Maybe you got to move and live somewhere that's totally a distance away from head office or where you would normally show up for work every day. So you're going to have a lot more autonomy because it's just you. It's just you. And so you can do the kind of work you like to do. Let's say you like consulting. So, but as if it's online or a side hustle or whatever, it's just something that you're going to be able to be quite successful at. It's something you want to do, and it's going to make you feel quite successful. Maybe I should put them down. Yeah, but this bad health. I guess I'm going to leave it to the tarot, but it's either bad health, something to do with being held back from being able to move forward with a promotion, you know, that was maybe at risk of not being able to do it because maybe somebody was trying to get in the way of that. Maybe they wanted the promotion or thought, or, you know, just trying to get in the way of allowing you to have what it is that you were seeking because they wanted it. We talked about that, right? How people in the 3D level, if they want something, they feel like they need to take it or else they're not going to get it. So it's taken away from someone else who wanted it, right? That's hurting someone. And then in the long run, it's going to hurt that person who did it. Yeah. So sooner or later, or it's some kind of love relationship that had to relied on things coming together. If you're moving to be closer to somebody you want to be with, you may have to leave the position you're at in your company and get into consultancy. That's it, consultancy work. you had to get into consultancy work so that you could go forward and still work for that company and still be, maybe you got a promotion where you do this kind of job. You're going to have a lot more responsibilities, but it's the kind of work you like to do, but you're going to get paid very well for it. But that's the kind of thing that had to come into play, had to come in like a piece that's missing in the puzzle. It had to come in first and be put in place where it needed to be for you to feel like you've got your ducks lined up in a row, moving forward in life, achieving your goals that might also include going towards somebody as an emperor or going towards an emperor. But then you see here, okay, then you see here we've got, look at this. These two were out yesterday in this position. She was here and this one was here. So very interesting. There is an emperor. This is an empress of the Kipper deck, the mature woman. This is somebody who is, you know, pampered, lives a really good life, right? Probably doesn't have to work. You know, if they want to, fine, but they probably don't have to work. That privileged lady. And I think what we thought about yesterday was that the mature woman was going to be elevated by the person who, I don't know that they were an emperor, that we were talking about emperor, but we were talking about a masculine for the collective. That he was at one time had been with somebody that he saw them as a privileged lady, and maybe she behaved like that too, took on the role very happily, but no longer with her. So he's now starting to think about this one as privileged, to be the elevated, to become a privileged lady, an empress as a privileged lady. So we've got an emperor and empress, but he wants to make her his privileged lady now. And that, but right now it's distant horizons, which means there's a whole lot of fantasy about it, you know, just dreaming about it. It's nothing that's actually come to pass. It's just something that's someone fantasizes about. The anchor too here, right here, this also represents a foundation in spirituality. So someone's looking at their spirituality and trying to bring it on board with them into the near future. Because, I mean, you're recognizing that you've been on a path to the light, to your spirituality. The stars are like, they're like the angels in the sky. They're guiding you and directing you to your happiness, to your ultimate happiness. Well, look at that. There she is. Huh. That's the counterpart to the King of Cups, so she's like the Queen of Cups. I'm just bringing them out just because, why not, right? There they are, all these girls, ladies. But yeah, this is what we got. We got a whole lot of ladies here. And it's all the same one. Because this is a Queen of Hearts. To me, this is the Queen of Cups, okay? And that gentleman, that's her counterpart that's holding the rose, he's not out here, which would have been him. But he's, you know, in the near future, he's going to be a different operating and thinking and operating person. He's well on his way to that. So he's rising. Yeah. And she is the Queen of Cups. He sees her as being very kind, caring, and compassionate. A lovely person who's intuitive, you know, spiritually in tuned, right? Spiritually in tuned, and sees her as being very wise. Was that there, or that was here maybe? Somebody was happy to have a person like this in their life because this person's been a model for them. That's yesterday, right? Been a model for them, even if this person doesn't know it. Because I think the Page of Swords was out, so the masculine was keeping an eye on this person here. from afar. Yes. Okay. Let's move into tarot. Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, we've got a lot of people in this near future. Let's talk about what is triggering the near future experience. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what's the pathway of the past? Making progress, that's the waxing moon, which is the one that, you know, you're making progress from what you gathered during your time, during the waning moon time, from the full moon up to the new moon, what you gathered in, you know, in enlightenment kind of thing, information, knowledge through that time, because that's all you could do during that time, because it's kind of a dark time, where not dark as in negative dark, it's just that there's a lot less light from the moon at night. And so new moon is, from the new moon to the full moon, is a waxing moon, where you take what you learned here and you're putting it into action, or just putting it into putting it into whatever action. Oh yeah, now I need to pull some more cards. Silly me. Let's see. The moon. Well, look at that. This is the real moon now. Not that these aren't moons, but this is the moon. The moon. This is the subconscious, where things have been hidden, right? And a lot of it, when you're on a journey into the light, much is hidden from you. And the reason for that is so that you can make choices, free will decisions, right? Make choices from either the ego level of fears, from the subconscious mind that you're operating from. We all do. We all operate from that in the beginning. Some people hurt enough, you know, like they have enough pain from the experiences they're having in relationships, and maybe just losing jobs and what else, losing your home, losing your house, your family going haywire on you. Enough pain, enough real heartache pain that they say, no, what is going on? They start asking the questions. For me, I started asking the questions when I was like 9 or 10 years old. Big questions that nobody could answer. Well, of course, not even myself. But it was because I started going to Pioneer Girls when I was young at that age. And the lady there, Mrs. Weens, she read the Bible to us, the New Testament. So I was introduced to Jesus at that time. And I guess because the door was opened up into my mind, that the light of Jesus was coming in, and I started having these big thoughts. But they largely went unanswered as sore thought, or dormant, for quite a few years. And so when I was in an experience having a great deal of heartache pain, I remember that I've got Jesus to turn to, right? So the seed was there. But we all have to learn through hardship. You don't all have to, it's not required, but it's usually the way it's done. Just putting it that way. And the 6 of coins. Yeah. And one more card, we got the 6 of cups right here, and then the lovers. See that? Oh yeah, sorry, Archangel Michael. We're going forward, and we're doing the star card now. I see 3 fell out. Taking those ones. Just to let you know, I don't think, I thought maybe I would do a zodiac reading today, but I don't think I'm going to do one. And I won't be doing anything for tomorrow and the weekend, of course, over Christmas. So it won't be till sometime next week that I start up again. And that's when I'll finish off with the zodiacs and the alphabets. So to clarify the star card, we've got the Knight of Cups, the 3 of Coins, and the 8 of Cups, with what's on the back, the 10 of Coins. Wow. The ring, please. Full moon, illuminated subconscious. A lot of moons. The Wheel of Fortune. The Queen of Wands. Justice. And the Eight of Coins. Okay, guys, let's see here. Give me a second to reflect. This is what I'm getting from this. Is that you met somebody in the past, and this is a while back. Like I said, you were taking what you knew at the time, and you were making progress in your life. But you were hiding a lot of things. You're hiding a lot of things. You're also pretending to be independent. No one was, you weren't giving to anyone, like you were independent. So like you were making coin for yourself kind of thing. You didn't have a wife, you didn't have kids, whatever. You were behaving independently. You were not in that kind of balance because it was a one-sided thing in that you were conditionally giving because you were going to pull it back, right? You were going to give to somebody who would be this Queen of Wands. But she is somebody who, struck you as somebody that, it's like remembering the past in this person. It's like a familiarity you had with them. They were just easy to get to know, easy to communicate with, easy in the sense of not easy in the way that a lot of people think of easy. When it comes to women, not that way at all. It was easy in that it was pleasant and pleasant and admirable type of easy, that you just felt good. It's like as though there's somebody you knew in a past lifetime, that kind of thing. Somebody in a past lifetime that you are meeting again this lifetime. You had offered her a cup of love. You said to her, you went to her being very friendly and kind and saying things like, I'm devoted to you, or implying at least that you could be with them in the long haul. And this is you just saying I love you. You're just saying I love you. But even though you were behaving as though you wanted to be in a connection with them, you were actually having the opposite, where you were dragging them into a third party situation. It could have been somebody that you could have seen a future with, but you couldn't have that future, so you had to walk away and focus on your 10 of coins, which was your long-term. It was your long-term connection, your long-term relationship you had with either your spouse or long-term partner. But there was somebody else, okay, that you had to say goodbye to this one and walk away and go back to the relationship, the commitment that you had. And so in time, though, you were being enlightened, because remember, you're on a pathway into the light. You're on a pathway. So this is like I said, it was all stuff that you had to experience, the people, places, and the things, the right timing when you meet certain people. It's all about being on your path into the light, because if you allow yourself to awaken to the reality that you had a part to play in this, and also that it was for a reason, then you're going to be able to see that there's a purpose for all of that. You're going to see that there was a purpose. Yes, it's painful, very, very painful, but you had, you're realizing that what you were experiencing here was karma. It was karma for whatever it is that you had racked up karmic debt by allowing your conditioning, your fears, your subconscious thoughts, beliefs to drive your behaviors. For whatever reason back then, you were in some kind of darker phase of your life where maybe your marriage wasn't that great. For, if you had to sit and think about it, you weren't feeling fulfilled. You weren't feeling emotionally fulfilled. You were feeling maybe tied down too much. All the burdens of your family and your spouse, if you had kids, and your spouse or long-term partner were just, it became a routine where you'd go to work and you'd come back, you'd come home and do what you do with all the kids there for a while. I'll tell you, if you're a fire sign, that would be like, I'm fire sign, Sagittarius. There's Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. If you're a fire sign, that kind of routine really, and you can tell, by the way, I change things around all the time, is that a routine, although it is, it's familiar and it makes you feel content in some way, it also makes you see how life is a doldrum. It can be a doldrum. It can be just, there's too much familiarity. There's too much just same old, just too much of it from one day to the next. But that doesn't mean that's right. Doesn't mean that that's the right way to think. It just means it is what it is. That's what fire signs would generally think about when it comes to daily life. So it would be easier for them to get into a situation that would bring some excitement or some risk or something into their life, because they're trying to spark that inner fire that's within them, of a fire sign, right? That passion, trying to start. And if you're with somebody who passion is like as far away from you as the North Pole is, far away from them as the North Pole is, then you'll be barking up the wrong tree as a fire sign, trying to bark up the tree of somebody who's like, I don't know, okay, let's say a Capricorn, for example. I love y'all, but any of the, I don't know, I won't go any further, but there are signs that passion isn't like a high priority, right? So the high priority to be with somebody who's like that, it can be like dampening your flame, where you feel like there should be more to life. There should be more to life. Shouldn't have to sacrifice the passion in life just because you got married or have a long-term partner and have children to take care of. But it's up to you. It's always up to us, right? How we make of it. So if you want that much passion in your life, then you're just going to have to do a little bit more work, especially if you're with a spouse that's not high on their to-do list kind of thing. You just may need to create it yourself inside the marriage, so not outside the marriage is what I'm trying to say. So, okay, anyways, let's get back to this. This is the karmic debt, right? That you've been feeling because you had somebody who was the other lady, the other woman in your life. You met her, that you gave her your cup of love to, but brought her into like a threesome, a triangle, love triangle. And then it was about, basically it come to the point where your path was showing you that you needed to bring justice into the situation. You needed to balance the scales by balancing yourself, by working hard on yourself. And even if you actually were working like at your job or whatever, nose to the grindstone, it was a good way for you to distract yourself from thinking about the doldrums of life, right? So possibly you maybe worked too hard, but it was about balancing so that you could find that passion or it reignited in your relationship, if that's what you needed. I'm just talking about fire signs right now. Of course, we're talking about the whole zodiac, but in any case, it was somebody that you brought into your marriage or long-term relationship, and then the scales of justice came down and said, look buddy, you need to balance out here, put some work in yourself. It's all about, so you started putting work in yourself. You started seeing things for the why and the how, the PSYCHTAROLOgy of it. You started seeing things for why things were, why you operated the way you did, and how you were getting yourself into that kind of karmic debt trouble, and having those experiences as a result that were very painful. So you learned a bunch of why and how, and now it's about learning how, which was working hard on yourself, putting an effort into working on yourself, bringing justice to the situation by saying, I am not doing these affair things anymore. I'm not doing that. That's not fair. It's not balanced, and I'm going to work hard to just be balanced. Yeah. So, the high honor here is we've got the Page of Wands and we've got the Empress. Okay, they bounced out of the deck when I was shoveling, and we have the Devil with a whole lot of strength. Oh, but in reverse, look at that. Strength's in reverse. Lacking confidence. Well, yeah, that goes hand in hand. Now, how does this relate, though, Archangel Michael, to high honor? Maybe that's the ill health, how it relates to, the high on this stuff here, to the high honor. That your honor might have been a bit tarnished for a while with the Empress. Yeah, she found out. This Empress here, that one right there, she found out that she was the third party. I don't know how, but she did. She gained some news about it, some enlightenment, or somebody told her something, and she found out she was the third party, the Empress. And that it was too toxic of a situation for her, so you were operating from a very toxic level, like 3D again, low vibration, being toxic, trying to hold on to things, being obsessive and restrictive. Sexuality might have been high on your list, I would think. Yeah, sex. So you weren't able to show up strong and courageous and self-empowered at that time while you were shackled to the Devil. And I don't believe in the Devil, but that's the card here, the Devil. So you were shackled to negative patterns of thought. That's what you were doing. Negative beliefs about yourself and possibly about others that did not serve you. You were shackled to them. You were like, that's your belief. That's what was in the subconscious mind that you were operating from, so that when you decided that you needed more for whatever your reasons were, and you engaged with the Queen of Wands, that's toxic, right? That's toxic. That's being low vibe, because you're hurting someone else, and then you'll be hurting this one. And then ultimately hurting yourself, right? Are you not hurting right now? Yeah. So bad health there. That's the bad health. Your honor had been tarnished by what you did with this one here and your long-term partner. It was tarnished. This one saw it that way. Once they learned about how you were operating and what was really going on, that you weren't independent. You weren't able to commit to her in any way, although you may have told her you did. You could, you were, and you would. She saw you as being, self-serving and disrespectful, but lacking confidence, lacking self-esteem. Because who does that? Not somebody who, if it's like, if someone thinks, who behaves like that, who thinks that they have self-esteem, they're confident and they have self-esteem. No, I'm perfectly fine. I have esteem, oozing out my orifices, and but that's false. That's ego making you think that you can have anything you want, and it don't matter if it hurt anyone else, because you can do what you want. That's the ego. Those are your fears. Those are your subconscious beliefs that you have had for a long time. And so, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing these all. So bad health. She's seeing you not as shiny as she once saw you, is the bottom line about that. The Empress. Yep. This could also say too that if it's your wife, you got information about her, that she's been operating at a toxic level, and she's feeling, she's got the low self-esteem and feeling inadequate in some way. That could be about that high honor, is that you don't see her as shiny as she once looked, to you. So whatever way works for you. Bad health. We have the Three of Wands, the Three of Cups, 3. Ooh, 2 cards. 4 Cups and 5 of Wands with the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Queen of Coins. What did I say? Queen of Swords? I don't know. Okay. Talk about the Messenger card. 3 of Wands. The Hermit. Spiritual mastery, right? The Fool. The free spirit. The King of Cups. Look at this. With the Hierophant. Marriage too. There's a 2 of Cups here. So, occupation now. Archangel Michael, please tell us about occupation, how it all relates to high honor, bad health, and the Messenger card. You said just pull 2. Okay, 2 is it. 2 of Wands. Let's just pull 2. 9 of Coins, okay? Then we had the Solar, but whatever. Okay, give me a second to reflect. There's a lot of information here. Missed opportunities. Queen. 5 of Wands. Competition right here. This is competition, okay? Yeah. And the toxic behaviors, right? So I'd say it's both ways. The one that you're moving towards, which is your Empress here, and the Empress of who is just a wife here. You learned something, that she's been toxic, behaving toxic behind your back, being manipulative and trying to appear as though something is something that it is not. She was in a, she's been in a vulnerable state. She does what she does for a reason too, just like you and me and everyone else. She's got a path to follow as well. So she was in a dark place at that time. And she decided that it wasn't enough for her, just like you did in the past with her. She got into it with the King of Cups. She stepped out of the marriage with the King of Cups. Yeah. And, so you, since then, this has all been bad. You know, your marriage is tarnished. Your viewpoint of your wife is tarnished. Your wife might see you tarnished, and your Empress over here would be thinking of you as being a tarnished soul. Just saying. But yeah, so you were, this has like just been very, very hard on you, dragging you down. But the good news is that you can get yourself out of this, because you've been wanting to leave. Right now you're working at leaving. You've got a plan, leaving your past behind, leaving all your troubles and worries behind, because you're now realizing that your pathway is leading you to the divine, which is love and happiness, and a reunion with your Empress over here, who you rejected at one time back here, right? Who you rejected, and you're feeling as though you missed an opportunity with her because you chose to be with this one instead of with her. But since then, there's been a lot of conflict and arguments, disagreements with this one here. She put you into competition by engaging in a clandestine relationship with the King of Cups. You have been trying to master your feelings, balance your emotions, right? Trying to balance your emotions about the pain that you've been experiencing from this. And as a result, you're actually getting closer to your divinity, and you're feeling a lot more freer to be moving away from the past that's been like feeling like you've been bound to with the toxicity. Excuse me. But yeah, this person here is somebody that she was married to before. The King of Cups. Somebody she was married to before. All right. And the Two of Wands, you know, you're charting a new course in life, right? As a single person now. You're no longer committed and in contract. No longer committed in contract with her. Yeah, the Queen of Coins. You want to go towards your Queen of Wands. And so that's the other path that you are choosing to take. And it's going to have, it's something that you want to do, of course. This is occupation. It means it's something that you want to do. It's something that makes you feel good. So you want to, but you know, you want to regain your high honor with your Empress. And by getting yourself single and ready to mingle, but ready to move back towards her as the past returning, but in a different way, like you'll have a different approach now because you have a different mindset, because you are actually seeing that this was all of this that you thought was such a great connection with your Queen of Coins. Such a great, you were destined to meet. You were following your destiny, your path at that time. You were so happy to commit to her. She was very happy to wear your ring at that time, but you're like through all of this introspection during your self-mastery period of time. You've been putting yourself into solitude, spending a little bit more time on your own, so that you can think and feel, and try to find some resolution from the pain that you've been experiencing from the shock of having this happen to you, realizing that she was just mirroring back to you what you had done to somebody, if not more than one person, which is this one. This is always the story, it seems. So you're going to you're growing, you're developing spiritually and personally from these experiences. And the best part about it, collective, is that you're seeing it for that reason. You're seeing why you've been experiencing the harshness of this relationship and whatever other relationships you might have been in that failed, and why you can't get this one off your mind, right? why you can't get this one. You fantasize about her. You can't get her off your mind. Now, I'm not going to clarify all these women, okay, because they're the same person. Let's talk about the Emperor card, number 28, gentleman number 2. The Emperor. Archangel Michael. He is single now. He is single. He is not a husband. Single and ready to go, you've got some things, and like I said, you got a plan in place, and you're making progress here, which means one of the things you've made progress about is that you've learned that you are ready to be able to take some other kind of position or be self-employed, and it's what you needed to make sure the finances were there for you to make your move towards your Empress. Okay, 28. We have the 2 of Swords. The Page of Coins. The Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Wands. Holy moly. You know the divine is now, I mean, this near future right here, okay? 2 to 3 months from now. This is the divine is got its hand in it. Just like you have your hand in your life and your problems, your situations, whatever, your hardships. The divine's got their hand in it now because they're hearing you follow your heart. The divine is hearing you follow your heart. Okay? To take a leap of faith for a new beginning as a single man, committed now as a single man, not married and getting into a relationship with someone else outside it. You're following that path. That's the path that you think you should have followed a long time ago. But while you're still thinking that, you also recognize that this all had to play out. Okay, so you really didn't miss an opportunity. You did, in the sense that, well, what would it have been like? You might not have lasted if you and the Queen of Wands got together back then. You might not have lasted. But there's been a whole lot of sitting on the fence stuff going on in your life. You're recognizing that you've had an unclear path, and we all do. It's always an unclear path. We do know what you would know. If there's anything that you can know for certain, is that it's always leading to the light. It's leading to being elevated. It's leading to being enlightened and ascending back to the memory of who you really are, which is, your pure consciousness. At the ultimate core of who we are, we're pure consciousness. We're not just consciousness at the 3D level. We are pure consciousness. So what are we developing? We're developing our consciousness, our awareness. The 3D level consciousness needs to grow up to become closer and closer to being pure consciousness. So that's the path, is from being conscious that you're on a path to actually, realizing that as you're walking the path and living your life, experiencing the hardships and as you rise above the 3D lower level, you start experiencing less hardships and less hardships as you go along, because you've been there, done it. You've grown from when you're up here. You see the world and the whole experience of this life for what it is, and I have an opinion about that. But everybody else, we all interpret things differently. But the point is that as you elevate yourself, your mind, because your heart's in tow, you become like, you see things more, like the wisdom that you're gaining from that connection to who you really are helps you to see different things that you'd never seen before. For example, colors, right? Colors become more vibrant when you're looking through your eyeballs. Things look a little different. Just different things. You start paying more attention to nature. You might even have a pet if you never had one before. You might be suddenly yearning more for it to be, like for me, I want to be back in the mountains again. I've been in a flatland place for a long time, and now I want to go back into the mountains. So I have a yearning in my heart for that. That's what I know will tickle my fancy. So that's what I want to do. But those are the kind of things, you start having these desires that you want to go home, and the home is just feeling peaceful and calm in your own skin until you don't need your skin anymore. And then you're home in pure consciousness. Whew. So you've been sitting on the fence for a while, but it served you in the sense that you weren't doing anything too haphazardly, being impulsive. But it was more like you were frozen in fears as to why you were sitting on the fence, because you seen that something was going on, but you didn't. There was a time you didn't want to know about it. You really didn't. You didn't want to have to face it, because if you actually looked at it, then you'd have to change your life, which is exactly what you're doing now. And you're seeing more because you decided to look. You're seeing more for what is really going on here that was always hidden from you right here. It's always hidden from you. Page of Coins, you are like ready to, communicate again now. Start a brand new path of making a commitment and laying down a brand new foundation with somebody, just in your own life, on your own way, whether you're going to this woman that's all three of them or not. But in this case, you're moving towards, you're going to make this a reality instead of just fantasizing about being with her and making her a privileged lady who is your Queen of Hearts. When you look at her, you know that she's going to forgive you. The Queen of Hearts, I always say hearts, but cups. Queen of Cups is a forgiving lady, on top of the fact of being highly intuitive. But they will express their love for you. They will. They won't be trying to push it down, hide it. Trying to come across, oh yeah, you need to love me more than I love you. That kind of, they're not like that. Empress is not like that. Queen of Cups is not like that. So the divine has come in and says, you've been following your heart. We have an offer for you. It's a brand new path of love, of unconditional love, from your feet to her feet. If that's what your heart is desiring, of course, the divine knows what your heart is desiring. And you got on your mind, this is what you got on your mind, to go back to this one who used to be a Queen of Wands in your life, the one that you met before. And the divine is saying, we're also got this on offer for you. We'll strike up a brand new passionate beginning for you right here. There's the news that came by the world. It came through world channels, but it was divinely orchestrated. You can trust that. Divinely orchestrated, that you were able to be seen in high enough honor by your place of employment, your employers, or just whatever entrepreneurial work you're doing, that you're being successful in, that people see what you've got to offer as being highly valuable. All right, so it's got the divine written all over it, and this is confirmation of that. So let's talk about the fantasy. We have the Seven of Cups, the Tower, the Eight of Wands. That one always tricks me for some reason. Okay, and the Seven of Swords. Wow. Okay, let's talk about her now. Let's talk about the Queen of Cups, the privileged lady, and the mature woman, the Empress, as being one here. I don't feel it's different people. I feel it's all one, especially when this one came out. Yep, confirmation for me. I just finished talking about her. Oh shoot, guys! I got a lot of cards to pick up. Hang on a minute. You got the Queen of Cups is one of them. Yep. Four of Wands. They have the Knight of Coins in the World. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I think these belong to, we don't, this is here. Prepare for change, okay? Because she is the Queen of Cups. She is the Queen of Cups. somebody that you want to be under the same roof and part of the sky with, to be celebrating commitment, a commitment to them. Because there's somebody who ticks all your boxes. Emotional fulfillment is what you're going to be experiencing. You can't see those cards. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to try and bring them over here. Is that better? Yep. Okay. So, and then, but you know, you are all about being steadfast, but plugging along, being conservative, because you don't want to rush into something that you did in the past with somebody. This one here, that was, it turned out to be, it felt like a mistake, but you know, it was all for a reason. But you're going to take things slower. You're in a season of your life where you're able to do that. You've got this major thing in place for yourself. You got a major thing in place, that job, that promotion, that higher income possibly, where you're going to feel safe and secure, being able to uproot yourself and go away from what's been always familiar to you, and you're safe and security, where so you thought you're only as safe and as secure as your wife is honorable to you. Okay, so anyways, you have got that in place now. You've learned that. Now, if you haven't heard about it yet, it's coming in the next 4 weeks, okay? Because that's the time frame. 4 weeks back to this moment, and then 4 weeks ahead is the now, and then it's near future. And so you can, you're going to put an end, you've been putting an end to this chapter in your life. You know you can, especially because this is in place now. But you're starting a brand new chapter with you-know-who. Right here. This lady here. Who was that in the past? She's high honor. She's also high honor. Okay, so it's been a lengthy reading as usual, but I wanted to, this is for Christmas. It's called The Seasons of the Witch Oracle. Now give me a second because my chair's pulled out. Oh. Breaking the house down. Here we go. Let's see what the Seasons of the Witch Yule, or Oracle, Yule as in U-L-E. You see that? There you go. Very nice. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? What can you tell us? Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz. Illustrated by Giada Rose. Giada Rose. Okay, very good. We have Ringing the Bells, number 30. It says, ring the bell to cast them out. Ring the bell and dance about. Swirl the sounds amidst the winds. Nowhere to hide, for all will ring. Ring. There's a ring right there, remember? But yeah, ringing the bells. A happy time. Tranquility, card number 39. In the womb of blissful quieting and calming stillness lives the world of worlds spellbound to the silence. Yeah, that's peace, calm, and serenity, if you didn't understand. And we have the hearth. Home is where the hearth is. So 19, may your warmth take in the gazing flame, upon the shivers they melt away. That's lovely. Your home is here, right? Your home is right here. Your home is wherever and with anyone you feel is where you belong, right? And I want to read this one. I just want to read this one, okay? 19. Wait a minute. What's going on here? How can I know? Is this 3? Okay, that's not the way we need to look at it then. Let's see here. That's 10. 28. 25. 29. No, 20. 19. Okay. Keywords is warmth, light, and fire energy. Remember I was talking about fire energy? Wow, that's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. The fiery zodiacs. May your warmth take in the gazing flame, upon the shivers they melt away. Come, dear, and sit by the fire. Hearth comes to a reading when you are cold, rigid, or perhaps seeing things only from a logical perspective. You are being guided to warm your soul and to experience life from the heart. Your emotions don't care about logic or reason. That's 3D stuff over here, the lower vibe stuff. The heart feels what it feels, and in this situation, your heart is wiser than your mind. Listen to your inner knowing to guide you. You may feel conflicted. Your mind might be telling you, that's the ego, to be more practical, be more responsible, or more sensible about all of this. It says this is your ego operating from a place of fear in your subconscious mind. I just said that last part, in your subconscious mind. But I said your ego before it said that. This is your ego. That's your mind telling you, is your ego, those fears telling you. It wants to control your your happiness, which is like it wants you to be unhappy. This is your ego operating from a place of fear. Your soul knows what you need now, and it is letting you know through what you feel. Allow this wisdom to be heard, and that all will be well. That's beautiful. Okay, so now, since it's already an hour and 23 minutes, you know what I want to read this one here. Ringing the Bells, number 30. Well, it's already an hour and 23 minutes. What's another 2 minutes? Okay, maybe more if I don't find the card right away. Let's see, 30. Ringing the bells, here we go. Keywords is banishment and charging. Ring the bell to cast them out. Ring thy bell and dance about. Swirl the sounds amidst the winds. Nowhere to hide, for all will ring. Casting's out. No, ooh, this is a longer one. Sheesh. Bells and Yule go hand in hand. This is the one I'm reading, just so you know. They're used to create music. You'll often find a Santa or two swinging one around, and bells are always attached to sleighs. They are genuinely joyous, but can be used for more than simple musical instruments. Bells also raise energy to increase rituals and the effectiveness of spells, while cleansing negative energy to drive away malicious spirits. Now, this is white magic we're talking about, not black magic. It's essential to keep your home's energy clear all year long, but especially during the winter season, when you spend more time indoors and with loved ones. Energy tends to hide in dark places and dusty corners that haven't seen a full day sun in some time. And like your space, the soul can be full of tiny pockets of low vibrational energy that you may not realize are there. The same goes for everyday living. There could be people in your life who are full of low vibrations, but you're so used to having them in the background that you simply haven't noticed in a while. Well, you've been rising above that because their behaviors have been that difficult, that painful. You have pulled ringing the bells because something distressing is in your life and you are being called to banish it. It could be a person or an object or even a place. What comes to mind first that is bothering you will be the cause. Perhaps you're holding on to something from a past relationship that makes you sad. Or it could be a friend who, despite how much you love them, brings you down a little when they're around. It may not seem like a big deal, but your energy takes a hit every time you're in the presence of low vibrational company. They're the low vibrational people are energy vampires, okay? They suck your energy out of you because they need it, because they're always so low vibrational. But they feel real good after they suck the energy out of you, and they're full of pee and vinegar. I mean, they because they got your energy, they're feeling good, but then they'll sink again and they'll have to get more from you. So if you don't see each other for a while, it's possible that they come home and start a fight with you just to get the energy from you. You are being guided to slowly and lovingly banish this person or thing from your life. If it's an object, it may be time to donate or recycle it. If it's a person, it could be as simple as spending less time with this person so they can't suck the energy from you, or explaining how you feel so that they may change. And you've probably been there, done that quite a few times, that you talk to them about their behaviors and how you feel about it, but things might have changed for a little while, but then they go back to the same old, same old. As you clear this energy from your life, your vibrations will rise and call more joy to you. That's what I'm talking about. You know, as soon as you make the decision to see what's going on in your life for what it is, like realize, recognizing, becoming aware of it, first of all, that yeah, something is going on. I am not, I have been hiding myself away for too long, suppressing my emotions and not wanting to see or hear, because then I'd have to change. I'd have to change my situation. I'd have to change myself. You didn't want to do that for the longest time, but you did, because look where you're going. Near future, going to Emperor mode. You have started, not only became aware of her bad behaviors, what she was doing behind closed doors that was hidden from you with the moon energy here. All your fears were coming true, and but you saw that, and you started asking the why and the how, and then how and when will I ever be happy again? You've seen that for what it was. It's a whole journey of life to go from the lower 3D to the rising consciousness towards pure consciousness, which is our home. So I hope that this was helpful, and Merry Christmas. I'll see you sometime next week. Take care of yourself. Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.